latest Glamour magazine, President Barack Obama writes about the unfair realities of being female, especially for women of color. Two Dover mothers also tackle that sensitive issue, which can undermine girls' confidence in their new children's book.
Your beauty is uncompromising. Your light comes from a deep place, from your mother's mother's mother.
Students at the Servium Girls Academy in Newcastle listen as authors Daneya Jacobs and Atiya Chase read from their book, I Love Your Brown. The book came about after a startling statement from Chase's 4-year-old daughter.
We were sitting in her room and we were just having story time in the afternoon. And her little hand fell on mine and she immediately noticed the color difference. And she said, Mommy, I want to be peach like you.
The only answer the heartbroken mother could come up with was, I love your brown, to let her daughter know that her darker hue is just as beautiful as any other. But she felt her affirming words weren't enough.
Self-affirmation is hard and has always been a struggle amongst all ethnic groups, but particularly with women of color. That has been a historic trend.
Dr. Carol Henderson of the University of Delaware has studied print and visual images of Black women and says the media perpetuates the problem.
If you think of how African American women and women of African ancestry, also women of color, have been portrayed in the media, it's always been in some fashion that we have a deficit, either in our melanin, or our intellect, or our body image.
The media's influence is evident when the girls were asked to choose images they thought were beautiful as an exercise. Noticeably absent, women of darker hues.
You're aware that the media is trying to make you not be your sister's keeper. You're aware that the media wants you to question what beauty is and how great you are. You're aware that, people want you to compare yourself one to another.
It's that sort of thinking that President Obama wants to change. We need to keep changing a culture that shines a particularly unforgiving light on women and girls of color. Michelle has often spoken about this. And Jacobs and Chase agreed. That's why they wrote the book.
It's not just for the little girl, it's for the woman who still has a little girl inside of her. It's for brown people, it's for people that are white, it's for everybody, because it talks about diversity. It empowers girls of all colors to be their sister's keeper.
Peggy Provoznik-Hines, president of Servium Girls Academy, finds their message befitting for her student body, which comes from low-income homes in the greater Wilmington area.
Having guests come in like our authors who share that message over and over again, and we hear it whether it's on the gym floor or in a health class or in science where we have scientists coming in and sharing their story, or cooks. We have guest speakers coming in all the time of every walk of life, and especially when they see women who look like them and start to realize, I could be that.
One other thing, the authors strategically used photos of real girls in their book so their readers could relate to them.